introduction. We're back. We're back. Episode part 2?
Part 2.
Okay, so the first one was...
let's round up what we've allowed through.
Entertainment. So, David, do you want to give us the rundown of what we're doing this episode?
So this episode, we're going to be going through basically things in 2016 that we want to keep in 2016 and not let escape that year, or things that we will allow into 2017. So we'll be splitting these things up by doing a couple of jingles.
You will not pass! Is that how it goes?
Yeah, you shall not pass.
Damn it.
Shame on you.
Shame.
Shame.
Oh, that would be a good...
Or just shame on 2016.
Okay. And then we're going to do things which are able to pass, which we're serenading with some angelic music. No, 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 no. No, 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 no.
Oh, that is beautiful. That is an MP3 downloaded from an official sound effects studio.
So we've just been through entertainment and non-interactive entertainment. Wow, is that all we did?
Yeah. Should I do the list?
Moly.
Okay, let me run on the list of what we allowed past.
Let's
stop at the gate.
Quickly run through what we did.
Okay, so Star Wars movies were allowed through to 2017. DC movies were not allowed through to 2017, although their TV shows were.
Shame.
Marvel films allowed through to 2017.
What about Marvel TV shows?
Their TV shows were not allowed through to 2017.
Yes.
Ryan Reynolds allowed in 2017. And Netflix binge TV shows allowed in 2017. Amazon... to be decided.
Not much there.
Not much there. Not that hyped about that. Okay.
And then we said we just love HBO.
Oh, and HBO. Oh, yeah.
Go.
Yeah.
But they just allowed us Westworld.
Yeah, Westworld was denied on entry.
By the gods at HBO.
Yes, that's a sad one. So
we're going to do technology. We're doing a roundup of 2016 technology, things that were, released.
Yeah.
Hardware.
Throughout the year.
Basically.
Yeah.
So we're going to do non-gaming hardware first. So, okay, the biggest controversy this year, Apple have removed one of their holes.
They're going hole free.
Did you see on YouTube all these videos of people on how to get the audio socket? This is absolutely beautiful. So basically, on YouTube, there are a bunch of trolls that basically said that Apple had kept the same component layout in the phone, but had just sealed the metal and produced a bunch of videos of how people had milled into where the headphone socket used to be, and it was just a hole that you needed to drill out, and then you could put your headphone jack in.
That's incredible.
Normally. Yes, but actually, obviously, if you drill a hole in the bottom of your phone, it will just break.
That's so good.
So all these people showed how you could drill into it, and a bunch of people fucked their phones up and took them back to Apple, and Apple were like, "We can't."
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah, you just drill the hole in your phone. That's so funny. I've seen loads of things like that online where people have been live streaming, being like, "I need tech help. My laptop's not working," and these people are obviously trolling them and being like, "Right, all you need to do, bring your camera with you, but what you need to do is put your laptop in the microwave for 30 seconds, and that will fix all your problems." And these kids all do it, and you see their life break apart in front of your eyes.
There's another the classic, the timeless classic on PC gaming. My favorite troll. I've done it myself many times. When anybody asks, "How, guys, my key binding won't work. How do I change my keys? My brightness?" Just type in Alt F4.
Yeah.
Then press it. And that's basically a shortcut for closing any program on a PC.
Yeah.
So you will just be like, so-and-so has... And there's a great one where they want to do this. And it's like Alt F4. And then someone just typed, "No, don't do it." And it was like, so-and-so has left the game.
I went to
wait. Did you see the guy on Xbox called Xbox One Off?
Oh.
It was his name.
Every time they mention his name, it turns like...
Yeah. So it was like, "Hey, what's my name?" He just spent his whole time trying to get people to say his name.
That's brilliant.
And they'd be like, "Xbox One Off, yes." Or something that's Xbox Off, yes.
Yeah.
That's so good.
I once took an iPod Touch to a kind of, a computer repair shop.
Yeah.
And I got in there and I was like, "I want to replace the battery in my iPod Touch." and he was like giving this lecture on how people started like doing YouTube tutorials on how to do this themselves, and they always mess it up really badly. And he was like, "Now, can I see your iPod?" And I gave him my iPod. It had like just like pry marks where I'd taken like a screwdriver. I'd watched a YouTube video to try and take it off myself. So he was giving this lecture on how you should use YouTube, and I gave him this iPod Touch very clearly. I tried to just like do it myself and pry them apart, and he was like, "Yeah, you're the problem." And I was like, "Yeah."
Yeah, but Apple's the problem for like sealing all of their stuff, and I'm just so annoyed this year. Like everything that Apple are doing is really
so they got rid of the headphone socket on the iPhone.
Yeah, which is really stupid.
It's annoyed me quite a lot. And then they got rid of kind of all the USB and SD card slots and everything.
That's probably the worst decision.
They seem to be taking away features more than giving features at the moment. And that's what annoys me. I understand the battery being sealed. There's a trade-off.
Yeah.
A unibody design, very durable, less moving parts,
should be cheaper.
And should be. So you're like, okay, I get it. There's like this like brilliant in simplicity. Simplicity gives you benefit. Whereas here, it's just like they've gone, no, you can't have it because that's our philosophy. And I'm like, well,
there is no reason to not put a USB socket in a MacBook. It's a USB universal serial bus.
There's no USB in a MacBook.
They got USB-C.
USB-C.
What's
it's
that?
not universal. That's like a whole new thing.
It's the new USB.
Oh, no.
It's like a new form of USB. So
if I want to plug in anything that I've got, so I do music production, and I've got loads of hubs for USB stuff so that I can plug in a load of things.
There are a lot of cables in here.
I can't use anything with a MacBook.
Well, I remember when they took the CD drive out the MacBook Air, but they still had MacBooks with CD slots. Like it was like, if I did it to the Air, I'd be like, okay, sort of get it.
Yeah.
But to the
I understand not having CDs because I don't use CDs for anything.
But I remember when they did that, I remember everyone was like, how do I install Adobe Creative Suite? Like I remember me going, fuck, I've got to get a portable hard drive.
Yeah.
But
the problem is with removing USB ports is that Macs are for creators. Like the whole of the music industry uses Macs. And now you can't. You
have to use a dongle.
Yeah.
Which is annoying. I've lost my dongle from my iPhone as well.
But the USB is also the charging port. So you need a dongle that is like a splitter. So you can charge stuff and have USB ports.
Yeah.
That is dumb as hell.
It doesn't make any sense to me.
So the guy in charge of design, there's Johnny Ives, right? I wonder what
he stepped away a bit though, I think. He's taken more of like a higher.
Is someone just taking Steve's philosophy and trying to make it their own and being like, Steve would have done this, and
what would Steve have done?
Yeah.
But the problem is though, so the headphone stuff I kind of understand. Once you go blue, you don't go back. And once you go Bluetooth, but the problem is
nothing does Bluetooth.
Everything is Bluetooth.
No.
Like most things aren't Bluetooth. So you're going to plug your iPhone into speakers, plug it into like your car.
I mean, how many of you got
another thing to charge? Another bloody thing for the charge and me to lose the charger cable for.
Exactly.
I mean, how many of you have got USB-C sticks?
I don't know what USB-C is.
It's just a different USB thing that is only an Apple thing.
It looks like a lightning port.
So how do I transfer data from a PC to a Mac?
You need a special cable.
You need a hard drive with multiple cables.
It's taken something that was supposed to be universal,
USB,
universal serial bus, and just completely ruined it.
It's like form follows function, and that thing. Like the thing is, I don't understand what the trade-off benefit is.
It's
like,
just
what
money
are we
grabbing
getting for it.
Well, the headphone socket, they said we want to push forward Bluetooth, and the only way to do that is to force people to start using it.
So they're trying to progress the industry,
and Bluetooth is better. Should it work?
Okay, but is there
But it will get lost.
Do you know if there's like a USB Bluetooth thing, so you can just like plug in one USB one place and one USB the other place and get it?
I don't think that exists.
No, it doesn't.
So it's almost premature. They're trying to force a change in the market to make it better in the future, which is kind of slightly admirable in some ways, but also it makes it a problem in the beginning. Like
if you need to plug in a USB keyboard, as in like musical keyboard, or some DJ decks or anything, you can't do it.
Yeah, no. The MacBook thing,
there's no Bluetooth.
There's a problem there.
Yeah,
USB-C is really cool. Like it does a lot of cool. You can charge your laptop or plug in kind of like keyboards and stuff into the same hole, which is cool.
Yeah,
but not everything is USB-C.
I wonder if they were hoping that everyone would suddenly transform into USB-C, and every hardware company would be like, oh, we need a USB-C port.
But it's interesting that things like the watch make sense when they take it away, because it's like, a very small portable device that needs to be as light and small as possible.
Yeah.
That's great.
No sockets is good for a watch.
You can imagine the kind of conversations they must have had internally, like, this feels scary, but pain is good and fear is good. It means you're progressing. And, we need to do the brave thing here. They're going to be like
That's
saying
exactly what they said on
rhetoric.
stage.
Did they say that?
Yeah, they said we're being courageous. That was number one reason for doing it. They said they're
So
courageous.
much courage, guys.
It's so annoying.
much
I mean,
courage.
I use a 17-inch MacBook Pro.
Is that a
Which is an old
MacBook
one.
Pro?
What I'm showing you now, a picture of, is the 2016 MacBook.
Is it a MacBook Pro?
But that's
though?
just Mac.
That's the MacBook.
There's a MacBook Pro with USB.
It has two. No, it has USB-C.
No
It has
way.
It has 2.
What's on the other
Right?
side of it?
Is that 2 or is there?
That's
I think
2.
it's-
2 on
I
the
think
other
it's
side.
2, and then there's on the
No.
higher edition one. There's like 3 or 4. Or something.
No.
But still, they're all the same. There's no SD card slot and so on.
Drives me
Oh,
mad.
they got an HDMI port.
No.
No.
So is this kind of ancillary thing? Something they say you need to have? Do they give it to you with the book?
No.
That little white dongle.
No, they don't. But they do with the phone. You get a converter for your phone.
Yeah, so
But-
can you charge it while you're listening to
No, you
music?
can't. No.
Yeah,
Why?
that sucks because I listen to stuff while I sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why? I have to charge my phone up and then it dies and I charge it in the morning again when I finish listening to podcasts.
No.
I mean, I guess there's probably a special cable you can get where you can plug it into.
There is,
You know.
but I don't want to spend another 20 quid.
No.
So the topic here is Apple's no
Going backwards.
no port, no cable policy. They want to go fully wireless. Is that something clearly we're not happy about that?
No.
I think there's a future.
I do.
It feels like the future though, right? At some point there will be no cables.
I think-
Cables seem bad.
But I
You
think,
got to wait for everything else to do it first.
but there's no benefit. Like, why is a good sometimes? Because I don't lose stuff. So having it connected.
Yeah.
Then maybe what would it be connected around me?
But TV remotes used to be connected to the TV. And that
Yeah,
seems
that's true.
ridiculous
Yeah,
now.
That's true.
Totally. But nothing that you have now that is USB works with. If you have an external hard drive, for example, if you're like a photographer or a filmmaker or something, you need external hard drives to store your files on.
That's not about wires.
They're not wireless.
That's not about-
There's no way of having
USBs are
wireless
wireless. A USB stick is wireless, isn't it?
because it is its own port.
It's
It's not
wire,
a wire.
isn't it itself?
It is a wire.
It is itself a wire in a sense.
It's like having a really short cable between your drive and where you're plugging it in.
So do we think that for next
Cloud.
year,
The cloud would work.
exactly, that's what they want, cloud and Bluetooth, everything wireless.
It's so then you have to pay.
And what if you don't have the
Apple
internet?
size.
What if you don't have the internet connection?
Then I guess you're screwed.
And the other thing is, in the headphones, that one just annoys me a lot because I lose things. And like, wires help me keep things attached to stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to lose.
Yeah, with an in-ear
everything.
headphone, if it falls
it
out,
costs like 160 quid. It's not
it's
like
ridiculous.
we save anything.
Yep.
I don't like it. It's
I don't
very
want to see this next year.
annoying.
You don't want to see this next year. The trend for
They should go back to the old design.
You shall not pass.
Shame.
Okay,
Shame.
I think they should be 2018 is probably the year it's going to be. A couple of years of people making Bluetooth stuff that really works, and then do it.
If it's got a benefit. If it's not got a benefit, I don't want it. I don't want to fit in Apple's. Like, why can't they
You wanna be Apple
improve?
box.
Why do they can't improve another thing that needs improving?
Battery.
Cars. Make a car. Make a battery. Make a
TV.
Well, TV's all right. Make a really good printer. I don't know. Just do something which is like got a really low benchmark and you guys can just smash it. Don't pick a phone which you've kind of like, you've done it. Like, it's great. Just keep iterating. Go to an industry where it needs this help. Don't just like fuck the shit out of a phone.
Yeah.
Like,
That's an image I don't want to think about.
Yeah.
Reaming the phone.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's pretty conclusive.
Yeah.
I think we all agree on that one.
Yeah. What else in tech? You were talking about Tesla.
Yeah. Tesla. Yeah. Well, Tesla, it's a tough one because the car company is incredible. They've got so much hype around them. Elon Musk is probably the character Tony Stark for the movies in Iron Man was based on Elon Musk as a person, and he's only really fulfilling that character type. He's incredible. He's firing stuff off to space, and he's got a car that's going to be an affordable electric car, the
I
Model
love
3, and it just got, was it 400,000
What's affordable?
pre-orders?
What's affordable?
the-
What?
the Model
35k US dollars.
I think it's less. I think it's like 33.
Really? Okay, so less than 33k dollars
Yeah.
US thousand.
Which is great. And it does 0 to 60 in under 6 seconds, which is really fast.
Yeah.
For a car that's that cheap. That's like, Aston Martin's.
Yeah,
like
this
5
is the
seconds.
thing of Teslas. They're ridiculously fast. Their supercar speed in a kind of mum and dad car style vehicle. It's
and
insane.
it looks great as well.
And
I think it looks really cool.
And I think one of the things in the future that we will go is, oh my God, I can't believe you drove your own car. Did lots of people not die? Like, that's something where I can see, yes, this is a ridiculous thing that we're doing now, driving our cars.
Yeah.
So
100%. Because I've only started driving recently. I let pass my test years ago, but only had to drive this year. So I was renting cars to drive to practice. And I was thinking, people driving these things are insane. Like, it's not a safe thing to have someone driving a car. So yeah, but the Tesla Model 3 is going to be you're going to drive it yourself, have an autopilot mode, so you can turn it on.
did you see that video of a Tesla avoiding a car crash?
I didn't see that.
So basically what happens is it was in Germany, and what the Tesla does is it bounces radars in front of itself under cars in front.
Yeah.
Amazing.
So it basically detected 3 cars ahead that then someone had crashed.
Yeah.
And it stopped like way behind the car that kind of piled into
so
it.
cool.
The car flipped in front of it. It was like a good old 30 meters behind it. Like really nice, smooth stop. But I just can't believe it bounced those radars and it just kind of
Brilliant.
That's phenomenal.
worked it out. Yeah.
That's really cool.
I think it's quite exciting. So we've got electric cars coming. I think that's real. Tesla, you see a lot of Teslas around the place now. You see them
the
regularly.
Apple car's coming as well. That's
Maybe, yeah. So there's like mixed rumors on what it's going to be like.
Yeah.
It
The
might be
most
tech to
amazing
go.
thing to me about Tesla stuff is that it's just free recharges for life.
Yeah.
Through Tesla. So if you buy a Tesla, they have supercharger stations which will charge your car like 90% charged in like half an hour or something crazy.
Yeah, that makes sense, doesn't it? If you
but
start to get
it's
the
free.
math of the fuel saving into that cost.
Yeah.
How much I spent about $3,000 on fuel a year, it must be, just traveling.
Really?
Yeah, so
What is it like? Well, hang on, it's like 60 quid a week. 60 times 50 is about $3,000, isn't it?
yeah, it's $3,000 exactly.
Wow, okay. Oh,
Well done.
I'm good. I'm math.
So we're saying car technology, like cars used to be really boring in my opinion, but now cars are getting really exciting. And I think it's mostly Tesla's fault for this.
I've always loved cars, but this is really exciting.
This is super exciting.
Really exciting.
So I think car technology, we definitely allow that through. Despite the crashes, there's been some driverless car crashing, but I think that's overstated in many ways.
I felt like the big story of the year was the guy who died because he was watching Harry Potter instead of driving.
Yeah.
That's stupid.
That's what I would be
That's
doing.
really stupid.
If the car's driving itself, then I can work or do something else.
Or play Star Wars Galaxy
But
Heroes.
you really like they tell you Tesla
What's the point in having
don't
a driverless
say
car if you have to
it's-
still drive.
Because it's not fully driverless yet.
Yeah.
That's that's the thing though. If it's driverless, then it means it can be driverless.
Yeah.
Whereas I had to still be a driver, but I'm like, what?
I think the idea is that if every person had a driverless car, it would be fine.
Because it can't be called driverless car if I was going to drive it.
Yeah.
That's where we want to be though. We want to get
Yeah.
driverless. Now we're at like semi-autonomous.
I want to roll out of bed in the morning, sleep in the car on the way to work,
Yeah.
and then
It is driverless in the sense that if you use the app and you go outside your front door, your car will pull up and open the door for you in front of your house. Like if you parked around the corner, your car will drive itself to you. It's pretty cool.
wow, you could deliver packages across.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's.
Oh,
There-
and then we're
I'm-
talking about drones.
I feel bad for anyone who's a lorry driver because that's, the next 10 years they're all going to be
Really?
driverless.
So-
So why not?
No.
Yeah. Do you think
Who really wants to be a lorry
let's
driver?
expand it? Let's expand it to like autonomous, like transportation.
Yeah.
And because you got drones and stuff. I saw that 7-Eleven did the first commercial drone delivery, beating out Amazon, which is kind of cool. So
Yeah.
it's a kind of a scary and strange world we're
Well, you
definitely
think
entering into.
If you had the technology where you developed a truck that was really, really safe and drove itself from A to B, and you went to a big shipping company, you said, "Oh, how much do you pay your drivers per year?"
Yeah.
Like, just get rid of that.
And also they
invest.
Look at pilots. They still have to go there, and the plane's autopilot all the
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
So
That's a liability thing as well, though. You got to have someone there to kind of take responsibility for
Yeah.
stuff.
I mean, I'm
Truckers-
talking in the future. Like,
yeah.
we might not have pilots in 20 years.
The interesting thing is like the biggest technological invention that was made this past century was the washing machine, and I think that was because it gave women who were typically the ones staying at home doing the washing in the 20s, wherever it came out.
Yeah.
And they spent hours, like 6 hours, rubbing, drying, and it gave women back like pretty much a whole day or two
Yeah.
in a week. And like that amount, a machine gave so much productivity time back to people.
Yeah.
And with drones, I kind of think, well, what is that going to enable? It will enable more impulsive decision making, but is it going to help progress?
But think about retail, for example. Think about if you could move stock between your shops really quickly, you could have things where people are. So right now you have to have like a store that's built. Yeah. And it has to be very fixed in purpose and function. Like, Canary Wharf in London is empty in the weekends because there's nothing there people want to do there. Imagine if you could kind of reshape town cities to make them kind of dynamic. And if you can have things moving around the city without people delivering them and do it automatically. There's some really cool stuff.
I guess, is it going to make people more insular and less connected? Or is it going to make... Do you know what I mean? I'm just trying to think.
No. What's the bad thing? Are we saying,
Well, is it really going to progress people?
I find the future of drones quite exciting, to be honest. Like all the drones that have been released this year are much smaller. Like the DJI Mavic is like considerably smaller than the Phantom, and the GoPro have released a GoPro Karma drone, which is really cool. Did you guys see Casey Neistat's Christmas video?
Yeah, where
he's being hung from the bottom of a massive drone and snowboarding and flying through the air. He like flies
like
60
kite
feet
surfing with a drone.
On
land. It's kind of awesome.
It's the biggest drone of its type to be made, I think. But that is going to be a mode of transport in a few years.
But you're right. You don't need to leave the house once you have Amazon drone deliveries that can get you stuff you need instantaneously.
Yeah.
Because shopping is another one of those things people don't really need to do in person. Like going to the supermarket I don't find that fulfilling activity.
Oh my God, for the business that I work in, where we sell a lot of things impulsively, to take away impulsive decision making when you're in a supermarket will destroy... it will just change.
It will change industries, right? This will change everything.
I wonder if you'll be able to shop in VR. If you'll be able to go and do your weekly shopping in a big grocery store
I don't think grocery shopping would be beneficial, but buying a car in VR could be something quite interesting.
Yeah, I've tried it. I've been to a virtual Ford showroom in VR, and it's you kind of forget you're not in the real world, and there's nothing really apart from maybe the smell of the leather that you miss by being in VR. You can see, you can actually see more. You can see every model, you can see every color, every permutation. What?
Exploded
you can, you can open everything up and you can, so in a showroom you have maybe 3 versions of the same car in maybe a couple of colors, but this you can see everything. So I think
comfort of the chairs.
Let's do VR. Let's do VR.
Yeah.
So are we talking about transport technology? I think has been a big year this year in 2016.
Yeah, do it.
And I think we're super hyped about seeing how that goes in 2017. So we're allowing electric cars, drone deliveries, all that stuff, despite there may be some crashes here and there.
Yeah.
There may be some people never leaving their house. The what do you call it? The instantaneous buying of products may disappear. Industries may be changed and reformed, but it's a good thing.
It's a good thing.
It's a good thing. Okay.
I think one of the things which isn't so allowed. You shall pass.
You shall pass.
I think one of the things is we've had a really big technological revolution. We're in it all the time for the last 20 years. But I think in the 70s and 60s, people thought that we'd be going through a pharmaceutical or a biochemical revolution. So people would be buying more drugs or stimulants or having anti-aging or stuff like that. There's about 11 different fields where you can be inventive. But I feel like we've done technology so much. I wonder if there's anything else. Any other thing where we can start to innovate other than just in technology.
I wonder if medicine is advancing quickly, but it's quite a dense topic to understand as a layperson, whereas technology hits consumer lives very quickly.
Yeah, but medicine's this new pill cures this. Yeah. This new pill, they used to be quite a, but now pharmaceutical industries have it so hard.
I've read something today that's scientists are saying that they are now genetically engineering immune cells so you can get a vaccine that has been genetically engineered specifically for whatever it is that's wrong with you, but using genetic engineering rather than giving someone a very small dose of a virus to help them build up their own immunity to it. You can give them the immunity straight away.
So you're saying, what do you want to see an advancement in that isn't technology that could also be transformative?
Yeah.
What could we do next?
Yeah, anything. Yeah, I don't know, chemical, drugs, psychological, any kind of spiritual, any kind of.
It's all going to be tech based, though. That's our biggest.
That could be the enabler.
Fastest like growing
I think that would take us,
innovation is in
that would take us
technology.
in one way, but I don't think it will. Like even like imagine if we could create something where we would like even food or like we'll create more resilient things or we'll get oil or renewable energies. Like there are other fields where we can just like do a lot more. We'll solve more real problems rather than just solve convenience issues of big people in developed markets. Like I see these things making already people's lives that have a good life
like
better.
new materials, like that stuff that you see that video of things you can spray on and it makes it hydrophobic, so you can't get stains on it, and that's really like you could have 3D printing of stuff, like 3D printing of food and objects and stuff, and houses, 3D printing houses, and there's some really cool stuff that we can see developments in.
Service like design, like there's like houses, loads of vacant houses.
So you want to see in 2017 better new ideas,
better different types of thinking rather than the same type of thinking.
Okay, so on that note,
internet stuff needs to kind of hold it back a little bit.
On that note, do you think that social media should be allowed to continue on its current trajectory into 2017?
I stopped using that stuff about 5 years ago.
Yeah, you're not a big Facebook user, are you?
No, I did not. I don't use more than 2 social medias and one's Reddit. So.
Oh, really?
You think Reddit's social media? Mm-hmm. Maybe the comments are the best part of it. So I guess maybe.
I think that it should be on a downward spiral.
It's a bit vacuous.
It totally is. It's ruining.
It depends how it's framed, though. I think that like Reddit is a really good microcosm because it's got ways in which comments are upvoted that makes it a really quite positive place to have a discussion.
Yeah.
Whereas Facebook, the comments on Facebook are really, really bad. They kind of like it sinks to the lowest common denominator. I think that's how you build your site, your network. I think Snapchat is quite good because it's quite unfiltered.
And that's more an interaction socially with other people rather than through words. You're like sending videos back and forth and pictures back and forth.
It's kind of, whereas Facebook and Instagram require a lot of self-editing and moderation, and you're creating a very particular image for yourself, which could be quite dangerous, whereas other services may not be. Like live video is quite a spontaneous thing and can be quite good, I think.
I tell you what, Pokemon Go was probably more social media than game, because I remember when it was out. That's how we met. Yeah. So like, incredible. I remember I was in Amsterdam and like everyone was out on the streets in the sun, chatting,
that was
connecting.
Great, actually. I met quite a lot of people when I started playing that game. Out
you can see people giving, even minimal, giving people a nod who are playing the same spot as you.
Yeah.
But that really is social.
We went for a drink at 3 a.m. in the morning outside of a church, which was a poker stop, and met like 6 other people out there. It was so strange.
I want more of that. That's kind of where I think tech is solving problems, but in a really bloody weird way.
Really strange.
Different thinking.
Linking back to the last one though, like the Netflix model, we never saw it coming out. That was like a surprise entry in our lives in technology that we didn't see coming. That was not flagged. That was something we could never have expected in 2015. I think that's a good point though. There's new stuff in 2017 new ways of thinking about things.
Yes, please.
Would be a really cool addition.
Definitely, yeah.
And that's why,
not
to get political, but that's what everyone's been anti against the current way things work. Not necessarily for something.
Social.
More options I want.
Yeah. More options I want.
More options I want. I do. All right.
So that might lead us into the next big thing that happened in 2016, which I'm the only person.
Virtual reality.
I'm the only one who hasn't got a virtual reality set. It's so insane.
You're stuck in reality.
You need to invest.
Plain old reality for Nick.
You've got a PlayStation sitting at home.
Yeah.
Just order yourself.
It's ready for it. So you've got basically mine downstairs.
Yeah, I do. So I put dozens of hours into your PSVR.
I think you played it the same amount as me, to be honest.
Probably.
I don't play it without people. So
it is completely mind blowing. I'm a new owner of a Vive, and I feel dizzy a lot because this is not reality for me now. Reality is in that headset. Yeah, it is unbelievable.
Because this year we had the Oculus and the Vive and the PlayStation all released. It's like every big manufacturer of virtual reality came out this year.
Yeah. I mean, so my favorite, I'm going to cut this one a bit short, but my favorite has been like franchise-based VR.
Yeah.
So Rogue One, Batman, getting into a universe, doing stuff. That's been sick as hell.
Really
I've
cool.
loved that.
So what do you think, having played a lot of VR, do you reckon it's been the force for change you thought it might be? Is it mind-blowing?
Yeah.
No question.
What do you reckon should be more of next year in VR?
It makes you really there's games on VR that would not work any other way. It's really innovative, like strange games that use the 3D virtual space around you. Like in the lab, which is the Aperture Science game. There's a game I discovered that's on the sort of arcade machine. Yeah, dude. We'll play it in a bit. We'll play it. It's so good.
That's the reason I have to put the Valve?
Yeah. It's Aperture Science like Portal.
No.
Yeah, it's really
okay.
It's
incredible.
going
to be a podcast ruiner, this one.
Okay. But there's a game in it where you're controlling a little ship, like a spaceship, and you have to go and aim at other little spaceships and shoot them, but you're controlling it just using a hand, and you're moving it around, and you have to avoid them shooting at you, and they like little balls of explosions come slowly towards you. You've got to move your hand out of the way of it. That would never work in any other format, in a 2D game or anything like that. It wouldn't work. Yeah. This is perfect for that. And that kind of thing, when I played it, I really started thinking to myself, like, this is totally innovative, and it's going to change the way that we create games.
Yeah, it's still so experimental. I think we've only seen a few successful executions of gameplay about what working. And I think what I want more of is like more franchised, high quality experiences that are longer. But also I think I didn't realize it'd be such a fun party game system. Yeah. So I want more like games which are like, even Job Simulator, you're like, it's fun to watch someone to see what they do.
Yeah.
It's weird that VR is actually a social place now as well. Because
like when you're the cat and you're the mice, like that's so much fun.
There's some really cool multiplayer games that are social. And also, like I've seen some cool interaction way that Facebook have got a couple of examples of them using it to like have meeting rooms with people and kind of seeing people in virtual reality, which is actually more social than like a telephone. Yeah, which is really weird, and
it's really.
I want to see more of that stuff in 2017.
And there's all the multiplayer stuff that I've done. I've played a game called Onward, which is a military simulation type thing. But your microphone's on all the time when you're playing it, so you're in a lobby with other people, and then you just communicating the whole time, and it's more natural, and it's
it's scary.
It's cool. It's really cool. Everyone's just chatting and being really friendly. It's great.
VR accepted.
Definitely. I can't wait to show you guys.
Oh. All right, so one of them I'm going to propose we put in the bin is the PlayStation Pro, PS4 Pro, because it's a console that they launched and it didn't really, people didn't know what it did. And then when they basically launched it, it was like, oh yeah, it's just like better graphics and HDR. And that was that.
And what is it? Does it work?
It's like, well, actually, no, not in all cases. Some games have come out that run worse than a PS4 Pro. It's basically like a souped-up PlayStation. Yeah. With a bit more, I don't know, juice in it, whatever it is, and a terabyte of RAM.
But unless the games have the option for higher graphics settings, you won't get any difference. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, not all games have been updated for it. No. So it's like taking the PC model. So consoles used to be released every 8 years or so.
Yeah.
And then everyone works that same benchmark, and you get this really cool kind of games that will come out that they've just been really tailored to that PlayStation or that Xbox. But now, because technology is advancing so quickly, 8 years is a ludicrous amount of time to be maintaining one piece of hardware. Look at the iPhone. You've got games coming out every year that require more and more power because the iPhone comes out every year. And you get some really cool improvements.
But developers like to have a system that they can design against. So you've got to think about the devs and the console. So I think maybe the cycle needs to be slightly less infrequent, like 4 to 6 years. But I think these little mini things, I'm like, well, what's the point? Like, if you want to launch a PS4 game, it has to work on all PS4 consoles. So doing a technological jump is only going to get you to do better graphics. It's not going to let you to do new gameplay things.
That makes sense. No, but then next year we've got the new Xbox coming out called the Scorpio, which is meant to be the equivalent of the PS4 Pro.
I bet you they learn a ton of stuff from the PS4 Pro, and that Scorpio is going to be like a
monster.
Either they're going to completely change it, or they're going to do like a really.
But surely the devs are just going to have to start including options like you get in PC games, where you can increase resolution or texture quality and stuff like that. You just have to do it.
But the one thing I think that is good for consoles that makes me less likely to play on PC is that when I buy a game, I want to know it's going to work.
Yeah.
And I remember when I was a kid growing up, I was playing games that were playing like 2 frames a second because my PC was not good enough. But I got given it for my birthday and I wanted to play this game. And it's so hard for parents as well. You can't buy a PC game for a kid.
Yeah, I think that's not really the case these days as much if you have a fairly capable gaming PC, you will be able to run it maybe at a lower resolution.
Yeah.
But you're not gonna stutter through 2 frames a second, unless you have something crap,
Yeah.
like a really crap thing. Someone is soaring
Someone's-
outside.
All right, so what do you want? Do you want like these little micro improvements? Do you want like the PS4 Pro 2 to come out in 2 years and the PS4 3?
PS4 3.
And then you want like the PS5, or how would you like this, like the rhythm to go?
I think it should be. I think you're right. It should be half the length of a cycle, so every 4 years, but something big rather than incremental.
And I tell you what, it should be backward compatible.
It should be.
So
yeah.
then
Use the same
it should play
architecture,
force. Yeah.
Because the PS3 was built using the Cell, which was like a very custom chip, and no one can use that anymore.
Yeah.
Because that's
a crazy chip.
It's a crazy chip. But
Only
now
Hideo
everything's
Kojima.
built on PC parts, so everything's backwards compatible. I think
Yeah.
the PS4 Pro was
That's it
a
then.
bad idea in my opinion because it wasn't as powerful enough to jump up.
If that's what they can do, if they can release a PS5, if they can do it like 4 years frequently, if they can basically go, okay, here's the new one out in 4 years, it's backward compatible, no worries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It plays all PlayStation games since the PlayStation 4.
Yeah. So the PS4 Pro, is that not?
That's
not,
crap.
It's been banned from 2017.
Banned.
Yeah.
Residing in
Sorry.
2016.
All right, so
sort it out.
are we on to
Games.
Okay,
game
so
releases?
video
Yeah.
games. This is. I feel like we could have hours of conversation on this.
Oh yeah.
But we're going to keep it to some of the big ones in 2016 and working out if they should continue as maybe franchises or kind of ideas in 2017 or they should die in 2016. So one of our favorite topics of all time, first game on the list, No Man's Sky.
Yeah.
We talk about this game every single week.
Do we want it to? Do we want them to make it work? If Sony were like, we're going to get a crap team on this game. We're going to get like, I don't know, Naughty Dog, or I don't know, we wouldn't, but like we're gonna take this
Bungie
thing
are
and
gonna
make
take
it work. We're gonna, Bungie is gonna make it the groundwork for the new Destiny. Like, if they just threw the kitchen sink at this thing to try and make it work, would we want that, or are we like, no, just put it away, just try again?
The most hyped game of 2016.
Yeah,
Do we think it should continue in 2017?
I don't.
So I showed it to my dad at Christmas.
Yeah.
And the idea of taking off from one planet, flying through space and landing on a different planet with no loading, and and you explain the theory behind it, and it's the most impressive thing in video games. But when you've done that once, there's nothing else there. And I don't think that no matter what they do, it's too big a task then to make it something that's worth continuing.
Yeah, I think it's beyond repair.
Yeah, I think so. I think it has partly awesome foundations, but partly shit ones. And I think if they'd have bitten off even more scope, it would have been better because there's just not enough. The actual procedural generation, the universe, the travel mechanics are kind of cool, but there's not enough stuff to do.
And there's no way they can fill it out. Like with a team of 12
It's
people
just
that they
a
have.
great sandpit, but with no.
But even if they chuck loads of stuff at it, it's still not going to work properly, I don't think.
I think it's a great piece of science fiction, though. Like they called their first update the Foundation update, like linking back to like Asimov and stuff. And I think it feels like a cool piece of science fiction.
I think based on the engine that it's built on, you can't really fix the pop-in issues that you have, and you can't fix easily. I mean, you can't easily fix the optimization. You can't easily fix
you can't
the
put
multiplayer
in
because it's not there.
Yeah,
It would just
You have to rebuild it.
It would have been great if Eve. I thought when it was going to be created, it would have been the new Eve.
Yes.
And that's what I hoped. Like a new game.
millions
universe.
of people playing simultaneously in this universe that you can trade and you can
bloody change your weapons on your ships or like change your gun. Like it's just weak gameplay.
Okay, let me put something to you then. So we kill off in 2017 No Man's Sky, but we put all our hope in Star Citizen.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, don't know it.
You don't know it?
No, but
It's got like millions of funding. It's like it's like
100 million in funding.
100 million in funding.
Yeah,
It's not being released yet.
Crowdfunding as well.
Yeah, crowdfunding.
What about Hello Games? What do you do with them? And Sean Murray?
Oh, they can try their hand at something else if they want.
They can make Joe Danger
Poor
3.
Sean. I feel sorry for him.
Yeah.
He was bitten off more than he can true.
He got excited. and said
I
too
think
much.
they could make some great games in their time, but like this wasn't one.
I think that you see the
But
game
it
they made
changed. It's probably the
previously?
most impactful game of the year.
Yeah, it's changed the industry, I
But
think.
they need to deliver on whatever they release next. It has to deliver. If it's another letdown, then they're going to just be scarred for life.
I went to the design museum and they were doing a kind of end of year best designs of the year.
Yeah.
And this is last year. No Man's Sky was in there.
Really?
It was one of the best designs of the year before the game even got released. That's the amount of hype this game had. That the Design Museum in London was giving it awards before it even came out. So whatever they did something good.
Yeah.
But they just didn't deliver on
The
their
concept
promises.
is great. The execution is flawed.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so we're banning it from 2017.
Yeah.
Okay.
Gone. All right, great games that were released this year, though, that we want to see more of. You guys love Overwatch.
Yeah, Overwatch is the best game.
Yeah.
It's just, like Blizzard have just completed, I don't know, every facet of awesome gaming. So they've done MOBAs, strategy games, StarCraft and stuff. They've got MMOs. I don't know how they made a first-person shooter, which is the best first-person shooter ever made off the bat. Like, they've got like elements of Quake with Farah in it. They've got elements of Team Fortress. They've got all these things together.
It's fun. It's like a Time Splitter style sense of humor to it.
Vibrant, vivid, humorous. The maps are like, I know these maps like the back of my hand now. Like, it's mental.
Yeah.
So it's just like an amazing game.
What about other shooters that were released this year? Because I kind of am really sick and tired of regular shooters. Like Battlefield 1 was released.
Oh God, that was really.
I didn't enjoy it as much as I thought I would.
Actually, I didn't play that, so I thought you meant Star Wars Battlefield.
Oh, Battlefront. Yeah,
Battlefront was good for like 3 weeks. Yeah. Really enjoyable for 3 weeks.
Doom was released. I mean, the new Call of Duty was released. Like all of these shooters, they're just more of the same.
Timefall,
Doom was different in its way.
They are. They just don't make you want to pay. I think people want new experiences, and they're just not.
Now that VR's out, shooters in VR are amazing.
But Overwatch is a really good new experience, very innovative.
Yeah. But that's more interesting gameplay dynamics.
But I think the industry is built on games like Battlefield and Call of Duty and these billion-dollar franchises.
Yeah, but
and then we need those to be able to give people the money in the industry to make the small stuff.
There are always people who own Xboxes
every year
who only buy Call of Duty and FIFA.
Yeah.
There are so many people like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's the same game every year, just reskinned.
I want to see more indie games in 2017. Move away from the blockbusters, and I think
that's what it's going to be.
PC is so cool because all the Steam stuff has got like loads of small games in, but
thousands, and there's also a lot of shit to wade through. But there's hundreds and hundreds of VR games now as well on Steam.
Yeah,
you released every day, you know.
Yeah, I'm down for banning. We can't ban shooters in 2017.
I just think like one of the things we were talking about was just how Uncharted was like a really unusual game this year. There wasn't any other games which were like a linear story-driven adventure game, or like there wasn't many games with stories.
I would like to ban
Firewatch
the same shooters from being released. Like, I don't want to.
Any game can't go over a trilogy.
I don't want to see Titanfall 3, and I don't want to see Call of Duty 9 or whatever. You know, like that's just boring.
Yeah, and more independent. Like The Witness. I know you didn't like it, David.
Oh, it's so boring. But
it's like a puzzle game set in an amazing world, and it's an indie game made by a couple of people. Very cool.
Yeah,
and that's kind of more like that. More
interesting
new ideas. It's like nothing like that has ever existed.
It's just the same. I can't believe IGN gave it a 10. I was like, right, I'm buying this now, and I was like, what? This is it. It's just the same puzzles.
It's a new idea, though. It's new.
Yeah, but there's plenty of new ideas. They don't get masterpiece.
That's the thing, though. If you read the reviews of it, like Metacritic and stuff like that, like one of their top-rated games was Out of the Park Baseball 17 or whatever.
Oh, really?
And
so good.
Oh yeah, it's your favorite game, isn't it?
Top game of the year by far.
They gave it like a 93% or something like that, and then the user reviews give it like a 20%. Saying this is a terrible baseball game.
Wow.
It doesn't, I feel like they're getting paid off almost.
Ooh.
Cheeky.
Yeah. So no more of the same shooters. But you know, things like Overwatch, interesting, different type of shooters like that. Yeah.
Do you want me to round up?
There's quite a few cool things. I think like Last Guardian, No Man's Sky, Overwatch, Firewatch. There's been a lot of cool little games that have been created.
Yeah,
with some big games as well.
I like the way the art style in those games is very different from the last sort of 5 years of the same color tones and everything. It's just, you know,
and it's weird like how some goes like Assassin's Creed. You know, did they launch anything this year?
No, they burnt out this year.
Like
they had a year off.
These big franchises are burning out, and people are getting a bit itchy for something new.
Yeah. I think it's ready for the medium to take a step forward.
Yeah.
Like, because I think if you say video games, people think of Call of Duty because that's the biggest thing in the industry. But I think with VR, I think that's a good chance to show people that this is like an interactive medium that's not just about games and playing games, it's about experiences.
Yeah.
And then you better stories. I think it's got too geeky this year. I think, like, do you remember 2 years ago, it was GTA 5 and Last of Us were competing for Game of Year.
Yeah.
And they were like two really well written, like.
Yeah, single player and story driven, not multiplayer, just shoot people.
I mean, I've heard about Mass Effect next year when it's released. They're in trouble because they've been developing the game of quite an old kind of RPG idea of how to make a game, and they're just people have moved around them. And I think what I've heard is that they had a game, they've upscaled it for PlayStation and Xbox One, but it doesn't feel as progressive as it once was when it was first released. So I think there's probably going to be some more of these. I actually quite want to see more of these big franchises, like the David and Goliath thing. I want to see more Goliaths die next year. Actually.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm quite excited. I think
I want to see Tomb Raider go back to its origins.
Surprise death.
No, I want to see Tomb Raider be more puzzles.
Oh, really?
Like the original Tomb Raider.
Killing bears.
Yeah, and just random, doesn't hold your hand, doesn't say you need to walk along this path and then go there. Like it just, Tomb Raider 1 was just like, it puts you in a situation, you figure it out. Doesn't hold your hand.
Trap the butler in the fridge.
Yes, I love that. that mansion in Tomb Raider 2.
It's
so weird. Like doing dives, like swan dives off like the second balcony onto the floor.
Yeah.
It's
things like that where you find a little button at the end of the maze and you push it and a door opens somewhere. You don't know where it is. It doesn't show you, and you've got a time to try and figure it out.
Oh yeah,
so, I miss that from modern games.
Okay, so the roundup so far of what we are gatekeeping, allowing through 2017.
Yeah,
this has been like quite a sprawling episode. This one, no Wires World, instigated by Apple. No, transport tech, so like VR, like drones and driverless and so on. Yes, new thinking in kind of innovation. AKA Pokemon Go and kind of all that stuff. Yes. VR has been a resounding success this year. Games, no more of the same shooters, more indie games. And then David wants the death of Goliaths.
Yeah.
The death of Goliaths in 2017.
All this money they've got to spend on doing something new, not repeating.
Exactly, yeah. So
put the rocket up their ass and see what they do with that talent they've got.
Exactly, yeah. Challenge them.
Yeah.
So that's our Gatekeepers 2017 episode. That's the bells are back.
We've got a PlayStation Vive a Vive calling us.
Yeah, we've got a VR experience lined up after this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Time to leave.
All right, we'll see you next year, I guess.
Next year.
Oh wow. Yeah.
Oh shy.
We didn't answer our question.
And we haven't got any questions to answer.
Yeah, please send us a question.
Okay, fantastic. New year, new episodes.
Yeah. Send your questions into getoutmyheadpodcast@gmail.com.
Bye.